Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil. Have you not seen what Allah did to the people of the elephant? Alam yaj'al kaydahum fi taslil wa arsala alayhim ta'alan ababil tarmihim bihijaratin min sijil fa'ja'alhum ka'asfin ma'kul. Allah changed what they had planned and converted them into something that was as if it was eaten food, eaten like an animal had eaten some grass and to chew it out. And if you think about the story, how it unfolded, it's bemusing, it's amazing how that happened, because it shows that when Allah wants something to happen, Allah doesn't need our help. Allah is testing us all the time, and every single thing that we do is a test, but Allah doesn't really need our help. Allah can do things on His own. And the story goes when Ethiopia, so if you think about geography, Ethiopia is in Africa, and there is Red Sea, and then you have Yemen. So from Ethiopia, the king of Ethiopia had sent two of his governors to Yemen, and they wanted to build something, a church. And then they found out that there were a place called Makkah, in which there is a stone building where people are coming all the time, and there is nothing fancy. So they decided to build this church which was made of gold, very fancy, so that people will come over there, because for them their God wasn't Allah. They were not making it for Allah. They were making it so that when more people will come, there will be more traffic, there will be more commerce, more people will recognize Ethiopia, more people will be happy with the king. They will see like the influence that they have from a cultural perspective. So he made that church, but no one was coming to that place. So he decided, he was ordered along with one of his companions, Arbat. So Abraha and Arbat, there were two companions, two governors who were ordered to go and demolish the Kaaba. Along the way, when they were going over there, they built an army which was unlike anything. They got camels, but at the same time, along with camels were very easy to find in Arabia, but they got elephants. An elephant was a unique thing for the Arabs. They had never seen an elephant. So as the army was going, according to narrations in the Tafasir, is that the two had an argument. So Abraha killed Arbat and got control of the entire army. Then he started marching alone towards Makkah. When he came to Makkah, near Makkah, he was conquering all the places. And then in that area, he took control of some of the camels. When people found out that the camels belonged to Hazrat Abdul Muttalib, the grandfather of the Prophet, people went to Hazrat Abdul Muttalib and said, your camels have been taken and a big army is stationed outside of Makkah. Hazrat Abdul Muttalib went to Abraha and through the translator had a discussion, but the essence of the discussion was, you return my camels because we haven't actually fought. Abraha said, why are you asking me for the camels? I'm here to destroy your house. You're just asking me for camels? What about all of your business and livelihood and everything that is associated with the Kaaba? At that point, Hazrat Abdul Muttalib said, the owner of the house is someone else. He will defend the house. I am the custodian of these camels. As he took the camels, Abraha was very angry. He said, I'm going to destroy you tomorrow. As he took the camels back, and people were starting to run, because at that point they had realized that Abraha would come to attack the Kaaba, and everyone who was living in Makkah, they started running for their lives. The next morning, Hazrat Abdul Muttalib sends one of his child one by one, like he first sent his eldest son to the Mount Abu Qais to see what is happening from the far side. So now you can see that Hazrat Abdul Muttalib was not an ordinary person. He was a wali of Allah. He was in that category because obviously he had the nur of the Prophet in his soul. At that point, it was in the Rahim, or the Prophet was in the womb of Hazrat Amina. But Hazrat Abdul Muttalib had that level of foresight that he kept on sending his sons to the top of Mount Abu Qais. And he says, look what you see from the mountain. Look towards the ocean and see if there's some help coming. One son goes, comes back and says, Father, if you tell me to believe, I can, but I do not see anything. The second son goes, comes back, says the same thing. The third son goes, comes back. And by the way, if you think about the sons, in that son, among those sons were Hazrat Abbas, Hazrat Abu Talib, Hamza, Abu Lahab, all of them are brothers. So lastly, when Hazrat Abdul Muttalib sends his last son, he was the youngest son, Hazrat Abdullah, he says, Father, if you believe me, I see a cloud coming. But I don't know if it is a cloud or not. It goes up and down, up and down. And as they came near, they were these tiny birds with 3 pebbles, 2 in the claws, 1 in the mouth. And then they circumambulated around the Kaaba and went to the army of Abraha, destroyed the army with those pebbles. The important point through this is we have limited time in this life. Death is coming towards us. Allah does not need our help. Allah can defend His religion, defend His sacred places, defend every single thing on His own. And even if the entire world, every single thing disobeys Allah, it doesn't change the might of Allah. It doesn't change anything in His qudrat. What we have to do in this limited time is to make sure that we are making an effort for His cause, and that is the source of our salvation, and not be deceived by the ornaments, the attractions, the temptations of this world. Therefore, my brothers and sisters, I recommend to myself and you to not be deceived by the attractions, the temptations, the deceptions of this world. The world is designed to be a test. It is like when you are in a school and there are options which are wrong. Like if, let's say, there's an MCQ multiple choice question. You have 3 options or 4 options. 3 of them are wrong. 1 of them is correct. This is the life. The life is supposed to be wrong. Many of the options are wrong. It is again a choice upon us whether we choose the right option or the wrong option. If we choose the right option, it will have consequences. It will have benefits for us. If we choose the wrong option, it will again have consequences, damages that we will entail in our life. And it applies to every single person, whether you're young or old. Every single decision that you make in this life, it has consequences that you will see in this life. So make sure that you consider Allah in every single aspect